All right, that's it for the games, the playoff games for the week. So now let's talk about the ones next week. There's 2 games and then the Super Bowl. So there's 3 games left, Fayed. Just this is crazy. The season went by like that. It's almost over
Yeah.
already, sadly. The first game is going to be, I think it's either at 3 or 4. I'm not 100% sure.
3.
Green Bay versus Tampa Bay. Wow, I mean, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Who could have asked for a better NFC championship? This is the GOAT versus the BOAT. The greatest player of all time versus the best player of all time, aka Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers. So this is going to be an exciting matchup. Obviously, they're not like one-on-one or anything. These are team games, but this is just going to be an awesome game to watch, man. What are you looking forward to in this one?
I'm seeing the Packers throwing the ball a lot because I don't think their running game is going to work because they have Ngannoukou Suh, they have Jason Pierre-Paul, Devin White's going to be all over that line. They will not be able to run. I think most of their game is probably going to go to Valdez-Scantling or Allen Lazard. I don't think Devontae Adams is going to be like a real big factor in this game because I believe like Tampa Bay's not that dumb. I think they're going to double him all the time. I think they might leave somebody for like a linebacker or something, but I just believe this game is going to be kind of a low-scoring game. I don't really see it going past, like 30? I don't see like one team going past 30. I think it's going to be like 27, 24, but I just don't think the running game is going to be a factor for the Packers on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good take. The Bucks obviously have a good line, and the Packers were able to run the ball last week against the Rams, but Aaron Donald was, in and out of the game. He wasn't playing the whole game due to his ribs. So it'll be interesting to see. The Rams did have the best defense, and the Packers put up 30 on them. So it'll be interesting to see that. I could see the Packers putting up 30, but it'll be hard. The Bucks, their linebacking core is fast, and Aaron Rodgers got to be wary of that. They might have to, I think the only way they could get Aaron Jones involved, they might have to throw some dump offs to him. I think Dylan could have some success, power running. But we'll see. Hopefully they can run the ball. I know Aaron Rodgers said this on a podcast I watched, the Pat McAfee podcast or show. He said that they made it an emphasis to kind of get the run going because the Rams were kind of playing the pass. So they made it emphasis to run the ball well. So they might come out and do that again this week. Who knows if it'll work? We'll see that. We'll see if it works on Sunday afternoon. And as far as the Bucks, their offense, obviously they got all these weapons, and they got good running backs as well. But as I said earlier, if their offense plays how they played last week, they're not going to win. Their defense really kind of propelled them to that win, putting them in spots to score off turnovers. But I just can't see if Bucks play like how they played last week. I can't see them putting up 20 points. So that's just my opinion. What do you think the Bucks offense is going to do next week?
I think the Bucks offense is going to – I think they're going to have a tough time because because what people don't understand, the Packers have a lot of safeties and corners that could play different positions. So you're going to see a lot of man-to-man. You're not going to see a lot of zone because zone is just not what the Packers play. Packers must play man. And then they're gonna have Preston Smith on one side. Who else? Who the other guy? Zadarius Smith on the other side.
Yeah, the Smith guy.
And I just think the Bucks gonna have to throw. I think like the Bucks will have to throw like some deep post or some go routes because I don't think they're gonna have the middle open anytime soon, or even ever on Sunday.
Yeah, so let's get who we think's gonna win. For me, I'm going to rock with the Packers. That's just, I'm rooting for Aaron this postseason and the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to say the score is going to be 31-24. What do you think?
I'm going to go with the Packers as well. I think it's going to be a close game, though. I don't think it's going to be like a blowout. But I'm going to go 27-21.
Okay. All right, then we got one more game to decide who's going to go to the Super Bowl. Kansas City versus Buffalo. Now, as I said earlier, I wanted to talk about Mahomes here. this is obviously the biggest point of question going into this game. Now, for me, I would say if Kansas City has Mahomes, I think they're going to win. I don't want them to win. I just think, Mahomes is super talented. He's one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Man, I just losing Mahomes and having to start Chad Henne over him, I'm going to bank on the fact that Mahomes is not going to play. So, I mean, obviously with all those weapons, I still think they're going to put up some points. But without Mahomes, I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Buffalo. And Buffalo has a solid defense. So that's just my opinion. How do you think the Chiefs offense is going to look with or without Mahomes?
I think with Mahomes, it's going to be a little tough because I know he's not going to be 100%. He's going to have a problem because if the defense is aiming for getting him down on the ground, that's something he doesn't want to look forward to. I think he needs to throw the ball quick, some slants, some very like a fly. He can't be in the pocket too long because one moment he could be standing up, one moment he could hit his head on the ground, he done. He has like some kind of like problem or something. And then without Mahomes, I think like you said, I think they're still going to put up some points. There's a chance they could win if their defense can really stop Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. But I think there's a chance they can win because if they lock up Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley, the running game is nothing. They don't have a running game. So that's all they have. And I believe they could win even without Patrick Mahomes playing.
Yeah, the thing about the Chiefs defense is, they did the same thing last year where they're mediocre during the regular season. But once the playoffs hit, their defense locks in gears and they start clamping. As you saw last week versus the Browns, they created a couple turnovers. Baker had an interception. And then that fumble that really saved them most likely the game, but saved them a touchdown at the time. So I do think the Chiefs defense is going to keep them in the game. But let's get to predictions. I do think the Bills are going to win. I'm going to bank on the fact, as I said this earlier, I'm going to bank on the fact Mahomes isn't playing. I'm going to take the Bills, and I'm going to say the Bills they're not going to win by much because usually these games are somewhat close. And I think Henne could kind of keep them in the game, and their defense is going to keep them in the game. So I'm going to say 24-20. I'm going to say 24-20 Bills. What do you think?
Ooh. I'm gonna go. Hold on. I'm gonna go 31-24.
Okay. Who you taking, Bills?
Bills.
All right. Both of our picks are kind of
Buffalo.
Aiming that Mahomes is not gonna play. But we may change it. We're not gonna lock in our picks until Saturday night, so that could change if Mahomes' status changes. So just keep that in mind. And that's it for the playoffs. Next week, we'll talk about the two games and then the Super Bowl predictions. Then there's going to be a week off, I think, for the Pro Bowl. So we'll see how that all works out. I don't know how the Pro Bowl is going to work this year. Do you know how the Pro Bowl is going to work?
Yeah, so the players that got named for the Pro Bowl, they're gonna be playing Madden on the NFL network. They're gonna play Madden, and they're like, it's gonna be like a players like championship thing, where like
Tournament.
each player plays against another player, like a little tournament thing. Yeah, and then they're gonna be like on TV and stuff.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.